Once upon a time, there was a woman named Evelyn who could not escape the weight of silence. It followed her like a shadow, even in crowded rooms, even in sunlight. On the outside, she looked composed, 32 years old, a teacher, the kind of woman who smiled politely when greeted at the grocery store. But inside, she carried a fracture that no one could see. And it all began the night she found the letter taped to her bathroom mirror. The handwriting was jagged, rushed, as though carved in panic. "You don't know me, but I know you. He is lying. Don't trust him." Evelyn's breath caught in her throat. Daniel, had just left their apartment 15 minutes earlier. She remembered the warmth of his lips still lingering on her cheek when he kissed her goodbye. They had plans, a future, an engagement party set for the following week. But the letters spread like ice through her chest. Her first instinct was to laugh it off, to think of it as a prank. Yet the handwriting looked too desperate, too real. Her palms began to sweat. She pulled the note down and stared at the mirror. That was when she noticed something else. Faint fingerprints, smudges at the edge of the glass. Someone had been inside her apartment while she was home, maybe even while she slept. For hours, she sat on the couch, gripping the note, replaying every moment with Daniel in her mind. Had he been secretive? Had she overlooked something? The thought of betrayal made her stomach churn. But an even deeper terror coiled around her spine, the idea that someone was watching her, close enough to leave messages in her most private space. 30-second intermission for viewers. Sometimes, the scariest part of a story isn't what you see, but what you don't. Imagine finding a note in your own home, written by someone who claims to know the truth about the person you love. Would you confront them, or would you wait, pretending nothing had changed? Evelyn had to make that choice, and it would change everything. 4. Evelyn didn't tell Daniel right away. Instead, she folded the note carefully and tucked it into her dresser drawer, as though hiding it could make it disappear. That night, when Daniel returned, carrying takeout and humming like he always did, she studied him. Every gesture seemed suspicious now. The way his eyes lingered too long on his phone, the way he avoided talking about his late nights at work. She asked him simple questions, testing his reactions, but he only smiled, kissed her hand, and spoke about how excited he was for their future. The doubt clawed at her. At 3 in the morning, she woke to a creak in the hallway. She sat up, listening. The apartment was still, except for the hum of the refrigerator. She told herself she was imagining things, the way stressed people hear echoes of fear. But when she walked to the bathroom, she froze. Another note was there, stuck to the mirror with the same jagged handwriting. "Ask him about the lake. He'll never tell you the truth." DeWard Lake sliced into her memory like lightning. As a child, she had nearly drowned in a lake, her lungs filling with dark water, only saved because a stranger had pulled her out. She had never told Daniel that story. How could someone else know? Her knees went weak. Morning came, and Daniel was his usual self, cheerfully making coffee, unaware of the storm in Evelyn's chest. She wanted to confront him, but fear locked her tongue. Instead, she searched his face for cracks, foreshadows, but found only the same charming man who had asked her to marry him under a shower of Christmas lights. That afternoon, unable to bear the silence anymore, she confided in her best friend Maya. Maya's reaction was swift and sharp. "Evelyn, this is dangerous. If someone's breaking into your apartment, you need to call the police." Evelyn nodded but hesitated. Something about the notes felt too personal, too intentional. It wasn't just about an intruder, it was about Daniel. And part of her wasn't ready to learn the truth. Later, that evening, while Daniel was out, she sat at her dresser and pulled out the notes again. She read them over and over, her hands trembling. She didn't notice the flicker of shadow outside her window. She didn't see the figure watching her from across the street. For the first time in her life, Evelyn locked her bedroom door that night. But sleep did not come easily. Every sound felt amplified. Every silence felt heavy. She couldn't shake the sense that the walls themselves were listening. And when she finally drifted into restless sleep, a single question haunted her dreams. Who was warning her? And what secret did Daniel hide about the lake? The answer would not come tonight. But soon, the truth would surface, and Evelyn's world would never be the same again.